All right, let's talk about something that makes pretty much everyone's palms sweat: salary negotiation. We're going to break down how one tiny little trick, just a moment of silence, can make a huge difference in your final offer. Let's dive in.
Oof, this quote, it hits hard, right? It's that awful sinking feeling you get when you realize, wait a minute, I left money on the table. So how does something like this even happen? Let's get into the story behind this quote.
So, we're going to call this the 20% mistake. And trust me, you'll see why in just a second. This is a true story about how the pressure of a single moment, a single question, led to a pretty significant financial hit. So just picture it. You've been job hunting for what feels like forever. You're exhausted, you're nervous, and you're finally on the call where they're about to make an offer. Then they hit you with it. So what salary are you expecting? And in that moment of total panic, you just blurt out a number. Not your dream number, but one that sounds, reasonable. And they immediately say yes. You feel this huge wave of relief. You did it. You got the job. But did you really win? Well, that amazing feeling of a quick win, it didn't last. Fast forward about 3 months. You're settled into the new job, you're out to lunch with a new coworker, and a casual little conversation ends up changing absolutely everything. And here's the thing that makes this so eye-opening. The comparison was an exact match. We're talking about the same company, the very same team, the exact same job responsibilities. So what on earth could have been different? 20%. That was the difference. Their coworker, doing the exact same job, was making a full 20% more. And the only real difference? When asked about salary, the coworker paused and turned the question around. Our storyteller, on the other hand, answered immediately. Think about that. A single moment of silence was literally worth a 20% raise. So what is happening here? Why do we do this? Well, it all comes down to your mindset. We walk into a salary negotiation treating it like a pop quiz, like there's a right or wrong answer we have to get, instead of what it really is, a business conversation. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. Over on the left, you've got the exam mindset. That's where you panic. You're just trying to give them an answer, any answer, to make it easy for them. But look at the right side, the conversation mindset. That's where you win. You treat it like a business discussion. You pause, you think, and you focus on what's better for you. So, if the big problem is rushing to give an answer, the solution is, well, to do the exact opposite. And that brings us to the power of silence. It might just be the most valuable and most overlooked tool you have in any negotiation. This right here is the new rule. You have to burn this into your brain. That quiet moment after they ask the salary question, it feels super awkward, I know, but it's not. It's strategic. The pressure you feel to just say something, to fill that silence, that's you giving away your power. When you stay quiet, you hand all that pressure right back to them. Okay, so how do you actually do this in the heat of the moment? Here is your super simple 3-step playbook for the next time you hear that dreaded question. Let's break this down. It's so easy. Step 1, just hear the question. Don't freak out, just let it land. Step 2, and this is everything, pause. Seriously, take a visible breath, count to 3 in your head. This isn't for show, it calms your nerves, and most importantly, it stops you from blurting out the first number that pops into your head. And then step 3, you ask a question right back. Something simple and professional, like, that's a great question. What range did you have budgeted for the role? And just like that, the ball is back in their court. And let's be really clear here. This isn't about being tricky or deceptive. You're not lying about what you want. You're simply refusing to be rushed into making a decision that could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. You're choosing to be thoughtful instead of just reactive. So as we wrap this up, the big lesson here is surprisingly simple. If you want to earn more, you don't need some complex Jedi mind trick negotiation tactic. You just need to slow down. If you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. This should be your new mantra for any negotiation. In a high-stakes moment, speed is your enemy. Calm, deliberate action is your best friend. The calm answer, or in this case, the calm question, is almost always the one that gets you a better deal. And really, that's what it all boils down to, isn't it? The next time you're in an interview and you feel that pressure to give a number right away, just ask yourself this. Is that moment of silence worth a potential 20% raise? Because the power to get that raise is right there, in your ability to just pause,